Okay, so here is our Vertigo, our VPCabs Vertigo machine, and this is the way it defaults when it comes up in Pinball X interface mode. So now we're going to exit the Pinball X interface mode and go down to the Windows desktop. And the way you do this, you take your little Bluetooth keyboard, which came with the unit, and you turn it on. The little blue light comes on when it's on, and then press the Win key down at the bottom, and that brings you into the Windows mode. Now my Vertigo was shipped over a year ago, and it comes with Windows 7 installed. So yours might have Windows 10, but it'll be the same concept. Okay. All right. So now we're at the Windows desktop. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to rotate this thing into portrait mode. Now I've got a little utility here called Display, which you can find anywhere on the internet, which helps me do that very easily. I just double-clicked it. When you just download display.exe, you'll find it all over the place on the internet. And when you set it up, zoom in on that, you use a /rotate 90/toggle so that you can double-click it one time and put it in portrait mode, double-click the next time and put it back into landscape mode. Makes it very easy. I don't think we'll have any problem at all finding that utility all over the place. So now we've got our Steam interface up, and there's the Pinball Arcade. And we're going to go into the configuration utility. And the next thing to do is to put the DX11 back to the proper defaults for portrait mode. If you were running the NoX mod, you had to modify these. You had to put a different number here, and you had to go into Windows mode. And that's going to hurt performance with this new cabinet mode. So we want to put these back into the proper defaults and make sure you're running at full screen on DX11. So now we're going to go into cabinet mode. Okay, and here are the defaults that I found that works best with the Vertigo. Now you have to be in two combined DMD/backglass mode, because of course on the Vertigo all you have are two displays, and the top display, really, if you wanted to, you could go into three monitor mode and make that into a full DMD. But I think that'll probably hurt performance. So I'm using the 2 monitor mode, which gives you a combined backglass and DMD combo, which we're going to show you in a minute. And then we go ahead and set up the coordinates for the play field here, and the coordinates for the backglass in this configuration. Now the DMD can be set all to 0 because it's ignored in the 2 monitor mode for the cabinet. So that's the configuration for that. I'm trying to get my little Bluetooth keyboard to come back on here. There it goes. All right, so we're going to put that away. Now we're actually going to launch it. And Farsight tonight just issued a new update which provides the new 4 cabinet views, the true 4 cabinet views. They're really cool. So we'll go into that. So we'll go into Play, Pinball Arcade in cabinet mode. And here it goes. Zoom in on that up there so we can see that. All right, so we're in Arcooda Pinball Arcade now with the Arcooda cabinet mode third-party software involved. Once we're into the interface, I can now use my control panel to move around and navigate. Okay, so now we're at the front end on the Pinball Arcade, and we have mapped all of our keys on our control panel for the Vertigo, so they work with this interface. For example, I can now use the trackball as a mouse, and I can use the launch button to activate one of the buttons. So we're going to go into the full arcade mode, and I'm going to select Attack for Mars.
Return to battle, soldier!
So here's Attack for Mars in the default cabinet view, and Farsight just tonight activated the 4 cabinet views that they promised us. We're going to cycle through them here in just a minute. Zoom in up there. So as you can see, there's the combined DMD backglass mode. Now it's a little bit squished, and it does cut off the top part, but that's about the most you can expect from a small monitor like I have here. You can do some more finagling if you want to, But I found this made it very realistic, made it very playable, added to the experience because it doesn't detract from the performance of the machine very much at all. The performance actually seems smooth as silk. And we'll play it a few seconds here so you can see that. Okay, let me change the cabinet view here. I'm going into the, while the table's playing. You just press the C button on your keyboard. You can tack and you can toggle the various cabinet views now. And that one gives quite a bit of depth. I really like that one. So, although it's a little distorted up there at the top. I'm going to use that view right there for this table. And you, once you have a view that you like, you can make it the default view by going to the front and using the new display settings configuration cog. We might try to show that a little bit later. All right, so now we're going to play a little bit. And by the way, we've got the flipper buttons on here. We've got some, on the Vertigo, you've got some buttons to do the shake and the tilt, and those are mapped in as well. So that you can hit those and shake the ball while it's going around. Which really adds to the realism. Let's see if I can actually hit the saucer. Yeah, can't do it,
You cannot defeat our force field.
Performance is really good. I almost feel like I'm playing the real thing right now.
We gotta save the Statue of Liberty. Blast the saucers. Blow the saucer out of the sky. Nobody messes with the USA.
Always fun to hit that stupid sausage. All right, so we're going to come out of this now. I'm just going to press my exit button. Go to exit game. And we're going to run into Circus Voltaire real quick here. There's Circus Voltaire. Now, on the original table, this is one of the only few tables where the DMD is actually on the back of the playfield. It's not up in the back glass. And that's being reproduced accurately now with this new cabinet view. So there's the D&D actually on the back of the playfield. And that's a pretty big D&D, and it's still not hurting the performance whatsoever. It's still smooth as silk. Of course, I can hit my tilt buttons here to try to knock that ball down to get the multi. I didn't do it that time. I was trying to get the multi-ball mode real quick. It's really smooth. And of course, the back glass has the animations you would expect when you need to hit the cannon and that sort of stuff. So right now we're in the cannon mode. And you can see in the back glass, you're actually seeing the cannon fire and the spins and everything. Really nice. Really nice. Okay, we're going to exit that now. Now, Funhouse is one of the tables they're still working on with the D&D combo, but we do have the, you can see where it's supposed to go. And I want to show you how it really does a great job now tracking Rudy's eyes. Even though the D&D part is still a bit broken, we're still working on it. So here's a Funhouse. And you see it's kind of hard to see his eyes move right now. But now that we have our new 4 cabinet views, and now you can really see his eyes move. And you're still in the cabinet mode. Now, of course, if you look up here at our combined D&D back glass, there's where the D&D is supposed to go, and they're still working on that. But they'll have it fixed within this week, they said. Not a problem. But I was really gratified to see this. So, okay, so when you're finished playing in this interface, And I just think this interface, I don't try to launch any of these tables out of Pinball X on this equipment. So we'll get back to the desktop. And before we turn the machine off, we need to rotate it back to the default so it'll work properly when you power it back up again and go back into the Pinball X interface. So we'll click on the display exe. At this point, you can just turn it off in this mode. Or if you wanted to go back into Pinball X, just find your Pinball X shortcut, double click it. You're back into Pinball X, you're back into the default views. It's very nice. So that's a quick look at the Vertigo with the new Arcooda pinball cabinet mod, which I think is absolutely fantastic. Really adds a lot to the realism of the machine. I'm really ecstatic about it.